Hi everyone, it's Lubna. Welcome to my channel All Mediterranean Taste that always brings you new taste with a new recipe. Today I'm making one of the best Moroccan breakfast and snacks food. They are so popular in all regions in Morocco. My recipe today is Moroccan MSEMEN. They are square-shaped, crispy flatbread. They are also called RGHAIF in some regions in Morocco. MSEMEN is made from a combination of fine semolina and flour and made with layers of folded paper-thin semolina dough and delicious butter. This square-shaped Moroccan MSEMEN have a fairly flaky and crispy texture in the outside and have several buttery chewy layers in the inside. They taste heavenly delicious and so satisfying. They can be served with different toppings of your choice. You can enjoy them with honey, jam, cream cheese, or plain. They require a few simple ingredients to make them, but the result is fabulous. Today I'm sharing with you all the steps and the most important tips and secrets of how to succeed this flaky square-shaped crispy Moroccan bread. So let's start! The ingredients are very simple. You will need 1 cup all-purpose flour, 3 cups fine semolina, half tablespoon sugar, 1.5 teaspoons salt, just 1/8 teaspoon dry yeast, and 2 cups lukewarm water, and sometimes I use less. In the bowl of your stand mixer with the hook attachment on, place 1 cup white flour, add 3 cups fine semolina, 1.5 teaspoons salt, half tablespoon sugar, and 1/8 teaspoon dry yeast. Then mix all these ingredients together on low-medium speed for 5 minutes. Once the dry ingredients are combined, start adding the lukewarm water little by little and continue mixing on low-medium speed until you form a dough ball that is soft but not too sticky. You may use less than 2 cups of lukewarm water, depending to the quality of the flour and the semolina you are using and how much water they can absorb. If you put too much water and your dough is too sticky, add a little bit flour to balance. Once the dough comes together, knead the dough for a full 10 minutes. You can also use your hands to knead the dough over your work surface for 15 minutes. The dough should be at the end moist, soft, elastic, but not too sticky into your dry hands. Just like that. Drizzle some vegetable oil around the dough and inside your bowl. Then place the dough back into your bowl, cover it with plastic wrap and clean kitchen towel, and let it rest for 15 minutes. Once the dough is ready, oil a large plate with vegetable oil, then transfer the dough over it, and drizzle more oil on top of the dough to keep it from drying out. Then drizzle and oil the surface of a baking sheet or a large tray. Oil your hands and start dividing the dough into equal portions. Oil the dough a little bit and grab a portion of the dough using your thumb and index fingers and cut small dough ball that has a lime size. Then place the dough ball over your oil baking sheet or tray. You can control the size of your dough balls by making them bigger or smaller. Make sure to keep the dough and your hands oiled while you are carrying the dough. Once you are done, cover the dough balls with plastic wrap and a clean kitchen towel and let them rest for 15 minutes. To shape the dough, you will need 1 cup vegetable oil, 1.5 cups unsalted melted butter, and 1 cup fine semolina. Drizzle and oil your work surface. Take the first dough ball you cut and place it over the work surface. Drizzle the top with vegetable oil and flatten it with your hands. Then use your fingers and gently push the edges of the dough to expand it into a very thin disc of dough. Use only your fingers to expand the dough. Add 1 teaspoon melted butter and spread it evenly with your hands. Sprinkle a little bit of semolina over it. Now fold the upper edge of the dough towards the center. Add a little bit of butter and semolina. Fold the lower edge of the dough towards the center on top of the other edge to create a long rectangle of dough. Add the butter and sprinkle with some semolina again. Fold the right side towards the center. Top it with the melted butter and sprinkle some semolina over it. Then fold the left side over the other side to create a square shape and set it aside. Now take the second dough ball you cut and place it over your oiled work surface. Use your fingers and push the edges to expand the dough into a very thin disc dough like the first one. Spread 1 teaspoon unsalted melted butter and sprinkle with semolina evenly over the dough. Place the first square-shaped dough in the center of the second disc dough. Add a bit of butter and sprinkle some semolina. Fold the upper edge towards the center. Add more butter and sprinkle more semolina on top. Fold the lower edge towards the center on top of the other edge to create a long rectangle. Then fold the right and the left edges toward the center on top of each other to form a square-shaped dough. Make sure to add the melted butter and sprinkle the semolina between each layer while you are folding the dough. Place the dough square over the oil baking sheet or a trail and continue shaping the dough squares until you finish all the dough balls. While expanding the dough must be very thin and become transparent at that point that you can see your work surface through it. Use the oil to help you to expand the dough. It also helps you to make the layers very thin before folding. If the layers aren't thin enough, then you will just end up with a texture similar to a bread. The butter and the semolina between each layer are very important. Do not skip them. They help to keep the layers distinct, much like a croissant. They also add a lovely texture to the MSEMEN. This recipe makes 8 medium, square-shaped crispy flatbread Moroccan MSEMEN. You can make more if you would prefer and double all the ingredients. Once you are done shaping all the dough balls into the dough squares, let them rest for just 10 minutes before start cooking. Once the dough squares are ready, place a large iron pan over medium-high heat or a large non-stick pan. Drizzle a large plate or a work surface with vegetable oil, then place the first dough square you shaped over it and flatten it with your fingers until you get a thin square that is 2 times larger, and use some oil to help you to spread it. And spread a bit of melted butter on it. Once the pan is ready, drizzle some vegetable oil on it, reduce the heat to medium, then transfer the MSEMEN into the pan. Cook the MSEMEN on both sides for a few minutes each, turning over a few times until each side has a beautiful golden color and the center of the MSEMEN is cooked. Use a paper towel to clean your pan before you place the other one. Make sure to use the oil and a bit of the melted butter while spreading the dough squares and flatten them. The more oil you use, the fluffier your MSEMEN will be. Make sure to cook your MSEMEN over a medium heat. The cooked MSEMEN should be crispy in the outside and chewy in the inside, but should not taste raw. The MSEMEN may puff up while cooking. but it will immediately become flat if you push it down with a spatula. You can also stock the MSEMEN in your freezer. Place them into Ziploc bags once they get to room temperature. Then place them into your freezer for up to 2 months. Toss them over your counter and heat them up over your pan for 1 minute each side. Serve the MSEMEN warm with any of your favorite topping. You can serve them with honey, jam, or cream cheese. You can also enjoy them plain. They are already so tasty. I enjoy my MSEMEN with honey. I love to drizzle the honey generously over it, spread it all over the MSEMEN, and roll it. It's flaky, has a crispy texture, and several buttery chewy layers. It's so yummy. Bon appetit! These buttery chewy layers and crispy texture make the Moroccan MSEMEN unique in its taste, heavenly delicious, and so satisfying. This is one of our favorite breakfast and snack time that we love to serve at home, and I hope it will become yours. Thank you for joining me today in my kitchen, and I hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you like my Moroccan MSEMEN recipe, share it with all your friends and family. You can find all the ingredients and the steps to make the Moroccan MSEMEN in the description box down below. If you would like to follow me on Facebook and Instagram, you will find all the links in the description box down with my email address. And before you leave, don't forget to click the little circle on the right to subscribe to our channel and click the little bell to get notifications every time we post a new video. And check out my other recipes on the left. I see you next time with new taste and a new recipe. Bye!